It's an Atlantic Canadian first. Artistry and athleticism combined for homegrown, high-flying entertainment. Swinging from silks and unraveling down ropes, Cirque Siana has come to town.
Most of the circus troupes in Canada are born out of Montreal or Quebec.
Inez Guimont opened a circus school in Halifax 7 years ago. She's trained and performed with the world-renowned circus troupe, Cirque du Soleil.
Well, when I opened the circus school years ago, I always had the idea of course it'd be great if some of the performers, if some of the students would become performer and we can start a circus troupe. After the first year of the circus school, we started to have students that were very good technically, and they started performing in different venues in Halifax for conventions, fair shows, and private parties and stuff like that, where they've been working as performers, but individually. And then the more we got students that were basically, you know, at a level where they would be able to perform and have a good act, I thought, you know, last year, well, maybe it's time to put them together and do a one show all together.
The show was called Premiere, the debut of Cirque Siana.
Cirque Siana is basically Atlantic Canada's first professional circus troupe. To be professional in the circus industry, you have to have performed shows in front of an audience and have, you know, the whole process of putting that together.
Cirque Siana is a 12-member troupe that includes trapeze artists, jugglers, contortionists, and more. Caitlin Anthony is one of Cirque Siana's members. One of the acts she performs is called Tissu.
Tissu, it's sort of like an aerial ballet, I guess. You tie yourself up in knots and then sort of fall down, and just before you hit the ground you catch yourself. And it's sort of supposed to be one of the more graceful aspects of the circus. You're always climbing up and down constantly and then falling and going back up. It's a lot of core strength, so you're actually hanging on by your arms for up to 7 minutes. By the end, we're just exhausted and wiped out.
The level of difficulty may explain why joining the circus isn't for everyone.
So the reason why there's not a lot of people that do circus is because it's hard. You can work on one move for years, and it's one move. It's only one out of your whole routine, but it takes years to work on it.
For Jocelyn Stairs, the hard work is worth it. She performs the triple trapeze and hand balancing.
It's just a completely different feeling than any other moment in my life, and maybe it's just because I can be somebody else for a little while on stage. I can just be a total extrovert and act ridiculous and get really into it, and it's okay.
After 3 sold-out performances, the lights dim. The show is over. But for Cirque Siana, this is only the beginning. The troupe is looking for new members and already getting ready for their next show.
Seeing this whole thing coming together and being basically like the huge success that it was just great. It was just like, okay, this is worth it, and it's worth working at it and doing it next year, and people are there and people are ready in Nova Scotia to see local circus performers.
I'm Katy Parsons for Unsponsored News.